Hello guys and welcome to the ProDota Cup series by Smashcast TV. We are in the last match of the day for the EU version of this tournament as we're watching Penta eSports and PlanetDog duke it out before the grand final. Whoever wins this match will be going to the grand final of this region, or of this, this tournament, and whoever loses will be out of the tournament for good. So, there's actually a lot of us on the line. Let's see who can take this match. My name is DSwordfish, I'll be your caster for today, and I'll be joined by Vätte today. How are you doing, my friend?
Well, I'm doing great. Finally, we're watching something really worthy, yet I believe that whoever loses this game still got a chance. They will probably meet Danish bears in losers finals, as far as I remember. So, still some hope. Still some hope left for both of the teams, and Vätte eSports are super confident about Blazemon and Queen of Pain. Again, first pick Wop and immediate follow-up by PlanetDog. They're picking up Lina. We have seen this matchup in the first game, and Quop was superior, but it was a Quop from side of PlanetDog. Kaiser was playing that Quop. And two aggressive supports, Clockwork and Sanking, yet we haven't seen Clockwork for quite a while. This hero was banned constantly, and we won't see Earthshaker anymore. Well, he was picked up twice by PlanetDog, and Penta felt how much this hero actually does in the game, so they're preferring to get rid of him. Also, no more minus armor strat for Vätte eSports, ban on Slaughter, ban on Ursa. Any suggestions for both teams?
Well, we already see the typical bans here because of the last game, so they clearly have evolved a lot from this early game. In fact, the mid players are so important here that Penta eSports will pick. I mean, they can pick a Queen of Pain and Lina, or straight up. What PlanetDog could do here, for example, is finally run this Fen that we were asking for multiple times against a Clockwork and the Queen of Pain. Not the strongest of pick. Maybe go for the Juggernaut. That Swift Ending hasn't been either, which would be really good against the Queen of Pain and against the Clockwork. That'd be nice. Add some more team fight or damage to their power. And we go for a bit of a pushing lineup, taking advantage of the Lina and the Snowball you can get in the early game. You know, Sanking, maybe combine it with a Warlock, Juggernaut. It'll work out. PlanetDog, safe for lanes, because obviously last time what really failed in their lineup was the securing of the lane for the safe laner. So maybe supports that don't rotate or don't need to rotate as much, and instead stay in one lane and then help out your carry out. And maybe ban out. I mean, the weird ban on the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor kind of worked last game, but I wouldn't let it just pass. Let the team fight the Witch Doctor pass. If you, it's hard to say honestly with just two picks with the lineup. PlanetDog does need to ensure that the lanes are a bit more secure than last game. So have the same issue if Swift Ending cannot recover whatsoever.
I'm also very surprised about this Witch Doctor ban. We already saw this Witch Doctor in 2 games, I believe. But is it really worth the ban? There are plenty of other heroes who bring a lot of troubles and, well, maybe not to waste a ban, but use a ban on a Witch Doctor. That's weird. I understand the ban on Disruptor. That hero messes up with Queen of Pain. Very good. Also, well, quite good against Clockwork. Hookshot and then glimpse him away. No follow-up, and if Wop blinks in Static Storm right on her head. I understand the ban on Disrupt, but that's weird.
I mean, the ban against the Queen of Pain, I like it. I think it's a ban that should have happened the last game as well, because the Queen of Pain is such a valuable pick and never really cancels her. The thing is, the ban of the Witch Doctor I really don't see that powerful, but of course, if you're more afraid of the team fight going their way again, so I understand that entirely as well. Let's see what PlanetDog wants to run as their position 5, most likely now. The Warlock is still in the pool, and the Warlock gave them a lot of game in that first game, so maybe they want to just again. Alternatively, you can use a pick that we haven't seen too much lately, but at least in Europe, but Rubik. And steal the Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave, and give you the necessary damage to actually cancel. And there's a Juggernaut we were talking about for PlanetDog. Not surprising, finally picking a Juggernaut for Swift Ending, one of his favorite heroes, and of course, with the Healing Ward to give you a bit of pushing power, more than safe against.
Actually, really love your idea about the Rubik for PlanetDog. That's a super strong combination with Sanking, very strong dual roaming heroes. Yeah, they are absolutely amazing, working out just fine with Juggernaut, plus magic resistance for PlanetDog, and they got Juggernaut who can be completely fine on his own on the lane if he will get a little bit more levels. Yet AA and Clockwork, well, I understand the AA pick. We have seen this hero for quite a bit, yet it was more of a popular pick with Sanking also, but Sonic Wave and Ice Blast, and, well, even Lina may die in a matter of seconds. Here comes Batrider for them. Strong Lina. Maybe he will start out with Sanking. There is a possibility, and some kind of a hero as an AA, maybe an easy kill. And Batrider Big is here to keep Clockwork in place on top lane, I believe. So Lina will have to deal with Queen of Pain on her own. Yet the problem is that Sanking may rotate. Juggernaut can stand alone. Depends on the offlaner from side of Penta eSports, but I'm not sure if there are any heroes which can mess with Juggernaut very hard.
I mean, you do have very strong laners, like you said, for Planet Dog. That's probably the key here. Trying to force the Lina versus Queen of Pain 1v1 matchup with maybe something that can rotate mid. The Earth Spirit, for example, comes to mind as something that could have worked, but you don't really want the Sanking in position 5. But the Sanking could work himself. First strike. The Batrider should be able to destroy the Ancient Apparition easily, low movement speed, and reliant on something like Frozen Feet, or sorry, Cold Feet. Why do I keep calling it? Frozen Feet is if it actually triggers, I suppose. And Batriders can evade that without problem. Batrider is also not bothered by the Clockwork whatsoever. So, for now, we'll see if Penta eSports have the answer to this Batrider pick. The Nyx Assassin could be a possibility, actually, for their offlane. Oh, no, that would have been a really good pick. What did they pick up here for Penta?
Yeah, really actually hard to predict what Penta will pick right now. Maybe they will go for some kind of an offlaner. A little bit more clear situation. Oh, Lifestealer. Infest Bomb with Clockwork and with Queen of Pain.
Okay,
and
alright.
Sustainability against the Batrider, so not that big of an issue. Clockwork may rotate to mid lane. For Planet Dog, actually, we mentioned Rubik as a position 5 support, but we completely forgot about Crystal Maiden. And maybe Crystal Maiden may be the pick. I mean, I understand that she is melting down from all these other heroes, but she does so much in the early game. She grants additional mana, regen for Lina, who can spam her spells more in mid lane, and that's actually really important because that's one of her most important tools. Also, it creates a very strong lane with Juggernaut, amazing ganking potential with Sanking, grants magical mana regen for everyone from side of Planet Dog, and I think it may be a good pick, but she's still very vulnerable. But she can always go in the jungle, farm up a couple of camps, so why not?
Yeah, that's an important factor. The fact that they can flash from the Battle of the Warlock, not surprising. Planet Dog do favor this hero, and they would not. Let's see what they end up picking as the last support. Penta eSports with their off-lane pick. So unsure as to what they want to go for, because there's not really
much left.
There's really not much that fills their lineup, and you're like, yes, this is great. Maybe
Magnus is still there, but
yeah,
I don't know.
No, Magnus is not bad, because Lifesteal is going to be really pretty weak against Juggernaut. You also have the Ancient Apparition combination. The Void, actually, we haven't really talked about that, but the Void would be really good with Penta eSports. If they want to run. I guess the Juggernaut is okay.
So it's an off-lane Clockwork? Is it an aggressive trialing? What are they doing?
Oh, off-lane Clockwork more like. I mean, you could run an aggressive trialing with Ancient Apparition like that against a Juggernaut Sanking. You can pick Rubik now and completely destroy the possible aggressive trialing. I wouldn't really go. Bane. Ooh, Bane's the pick. Bane's really good against Lifestealer. The swap can be annoying, but Bane can really destroy. Or the Queen of Pain adds a good amount of
control.
Yeah,
over the magical immunity. What's really important against Lifestealer to keep people in place. Also, huge burst with Brain Sap. Nightmare, also decent thing, and actually Enfeeble is quite of an underrated thing, and I think that spell on Bane is doing quite a lot, but it's not being skilled that much. Mostly Banes are maxing out Brain Sap, leaving 2 points in Nightmare, doing this kind of things. Question is what we will see on this Bane, which kind of a build he will go. His will be position 5, so he won't get that much of a gold, but obviously we will see a lot of 4 staffs from side of Planet Dog. Clockwork and Lifestealer is 2 heroes who require immediate reactions from the opponent's team. Maybe we will see fast force on Sanking and Batrider, but I don't know. Which actually pick you're favoring right now?
I kind of want to go Planet Odd. Planet Dog. I keep calling it Planet Odd by accident. Planet Dog because the Juggernaut against the Lifestealer, I him a lot of preference. I love that Bane pick. I think it works really well. And something we really didn't comment on is the fact that Sanking, of course, is not the best hero to gank mid lane. So as a position 4, you waste a lot in putting the Sanking because you can't really get the control. However, Bane plus Lina, classic combo, and Bane can easily gank the mid lane, no problem with his Nightmare. And of course, it is also a J4 lane, J4 Bane. This used to be the only hero this guy used to play back in Power Rangers. I have a lot of trust in him. I'm gonna go for ProDota this time.
Dota.
No,
Well,
not ProDota,
better
sorry.
still.
Planet Dog. Ah, God. The PD.
Well, PD, yeah, too much of a tricks from this side. And finally, game rolls in, so it's finally offlane Clockwork for Boogie. Oh, so many TPs free immediately, yet Bane actually prefers to place a ward on mid lane. He expects some kind of rotation. Svenge is actually a decent roaming hero. Not that great as Clockwork, in my opinion, but they actually to this stat out as a... Wait a second, that's a Boogie. Boogie on Vengeful Spirit. They swapped it. DNZ going to play position 4 Clockwork, and it's an aggressive tri-lane from Penta.
Oh, wait.
I feel like a winner.
so they left the Lifestealer alone. Aggro try with a Venge. Is that what they're trying to do?
Like,
that's even worse. I think that's even worse than the Lifestealer. I wouldn't have gone that for at all. I mean, the Lifestealer at least gives you more damage. So Clockwork against the Bane, especially. Maybe the guys at Planet Dog just try to run their own aggressive tri-lane. That's why. Or...
what are they planning to do? Well, somebody in chat requested Boogie on the carry, and here they are. Here he is, Vengeful Spirit carry. Haven't seen that fellow for quite a while.
Yeah.
DNZ is ready with the TP. He's ready to move out on top lane or to any other lane. They're ready to rotate.
That might be important because maybe they have to... Oh, actually, before we go into the game, let's present the teams real quick. We have Kaiser here on the Lina and the... Sorry, for the right-hand side is Planet Dog. Kaiser will be playing the Lina in the mid lane. In the off lane, we're going to have 3-3, or the Kun 3-3. On the Batrider, Swift Ending will be playing the Juggernaut in the carry position. The Bane as a support played by J4. And finally, the Sanking by Milan. And they'll be learning their own aggressive tri-lane, by the way. And...
yeah, meanwhile, on the side of Penta, we got Skitter playing Lifestealer on mid. Blaze 1, Queen of Pain. Vengeful Spirit for Boogie, Clockwork, DNZ, and Jabs playing Ancient Liberation. Oh, they actually swapped the lanes, and Batrider are going to deal with an aggressive tri-lane.
That's a very smart choice, I think, because I realize now, Planet Dog, they're going to be able to get a first kill, 33 with the Chilling Touch, a really strong aggressive tri-lane. And when you're playing against an Ancient Operation, especially in the early levels, aggro tri versus aggro tri is not going to work for you. And more importantly, you can't rotate the Bane mid into that great combination of Light Strike Array plus Night mid. So... by losing those two factors, you think, okay, it's better just aggro try and try to win that way. And 33 can recover in the jungle anyway, so even if the first couple levels are bad, as long as it's one level of Firefly, he's able to just take a bunch of stacks. So I like the choice by Planet Dog, and I really question the impact the Vengeful Spirit carry can have this game. It's not like the Vengeful Spirit support particularly is great either, but the carry has been really drawn out these past few patches. Not really the most common picking. Not that effective either. Their lack of farming potential.
And on top lane, Lifestealer actually started out with a feast, and it may be a death with him Swift Ending chasing till the very end, yet Skitter manages to survive this. And he's suffering once more. That's another suffering Lifestealer in these games.
You just saw, yeah, that's a really good point. Do you think that's going to happen again? Lifestealer's getting cancelled?
Yeah, I mean, he's already getting cancelled. They forced themselves. He's standing against 2 heroes. He's standing against Sanking. Well, finally he picked up his rage, and Juggernaut doesn't care at all. Bane will rotate somewhere, yet here we see Kaiser being trapped in Cogs. It's going to be a death for him. At least he's trying to deal some damage, and first blood comes for Blazeman.
He's not a Light Strike Array and tried to walk away. Might have been able. I don't know why he stood there and dealt damage. He's not going to get the kill, obviously. He could have, maybe he could have Light Strike and walked away because the Cog didn't have, the Clockwork didn't have Battery Assault and the Cogs were already broken. That was a weird play. He kind of gave up way too early. But regardless, and with that, the guys at Planet Dog will be losing the Lina mid, and now they're utilizing their 2 supports a bit better. The aggressive tri-lane completely breaks, and they leave a Vengeful Spirit versus a Batrider. If the Batrider can take advantage of this, they should be able to win the lane. And at least Planet Dog, even if they lose this mid lane because of all the constant ganks from DNZ and from Jabs, they should be able to win the side lanes. Kaiser, next objective. Cogs available. Nightmare to stop him. Really good. They take the Nightmare away, though. Pretty smart play by Ancient Operation. Last Ray will still hit the clockwork. The Lina is trying to use the Fire Assault to run away against Blazemon. There's a Chilling Touch, and why are you running right next to him? The objective is to kill Blazemon, but he doesn't have enough damage. Blazemon walking into the Roshan pit will survive. The Lina trying to kill the clockwork as well, but not either High or the Bane have enough damage. Finally, the clockwork going down to the Sanking. And J4's damage, and with that Ancient Apparition will be stunned out and destroyed. 2 for 1, but that's a mid laner for 2 supports. He ends up a pretty even trade.
Yeah, what's important that Blazemon is losing a lot of time right now. Yet actually Lina got no TP. He TP'd in, I guess, on the mid lane, so he's also losing back of creeps. Blazemon. He didn't. Oh, he actually gone for raindrops over bottle. He's ready with his TP, so he'll casually TP on the mid lane. Meanwhile, on the top, Skitter finally requested some help from DNZ, and Milan was forced to go mid lane. Finally, some last hits for Skitter. Yet he's not doing that bad. He's quite even in the net worth with Swift ending, and that's quite important. He's also getting solo XP, and Juggernaut is still level 3. So things are going back to normal once again, and so I'm surprised that Boogie didn't die yet, because, well, Batrider seems much stronger than Vengeful Spirit. She, like, literally got no tools of surviving a lot of stacks of napalm. She got no escape. She can only pop the stun in the face and try to TP out or run.
Yeah, I mean, the issue here is that, of course, anytime the Batrider can just come in and try to kill Boogie, but he doesn't know when someone can come up behind, Chilling Touch him and destroy him. And 33 might have to sacrifice himself. Yeah, he can take these stacks on the Vengeful Spirit, but it's a bit hard when the supports are going to be rotating constantly to ensure that the Vengeful Spirit is a decent link. At least Milan is coming in, and finally the guys playing Mad Dog will try to put some pressure on this Vengeful Spirit. Kaiser, meanwhile, in the mid lane, fights against the Queen of Pain. They can go with Brain Sap, and Kaiser might actually survive this engagement. This time, he played aggressively, and it turned out okay for him as he can get the kill on the mid laner, and no loss for him. Good play.
Yeah, that was quite decent. And Swift ending is actually suffering against Skitter, finally. Lifesteal is on his halfway to face boots. Things going to be much better, and he's actually getting even more last hit. So I was wrong with my prediction about suffering Lifestealer. He was left alone against Juggernaut, and he's doing completely fine. While Juggernaut got a huge cooldown on his healing ward, he needs to waste a lot of mana on this. Skitter just standing with his feast. And meanwhile, on bottom, Kun loses his life once again. Not much he can do about it, and what I really love with the Ice Vortex, the magic missile from Vengeful Spirit, which already got 3 points in stun, deals an insane amount of damage. It literally takes away half of the Kun's HP.
There's Blazemon, another Nightmare. Kaiser joining in. Nice Strike Array. Easy kill onto the Queen of Pain. Yeah, she's stunned out. And that combo, I mean, that's classic. That's TA3 combo, guys. There's no way you can escape it. This time, especially with Alina being in the mid position as opposed to the support as usually played, that means the Laguna's Blade is going to come out pretty early. And Queen of Pain, with the gold and experience difference, Lina is going to be able to just run all over her. However, Boogie had actually been doing pretty well on this Vengeful Spirit, farming a decent rate and actually beating the Juggernaut here. And Juggernaut is also being beamed by the Lifestealer, so this poor guy has been bullied in every single lane he's gone to. Maybe they just pushed the Juggernaut down bottom and fought against the Spirit. I don't know why they just didn't run a tri lane here with a Bane and a Sanking. I guess they're really committing to this mid lane, and they want to ensure that farm for her, because they could have won this lane with the Sanking. So,
well, I guess securing the farm for Kaiser, which was much more important than securing some kind of a shutting down Venge. Like, Venge is still a Venge. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course she does matter though. If she snowballs, she's still scary just because she's the Venge. Wait, mid lane. Are they just waiting for the full sleep? Why? Why wait for the full sleep? I guess they need the damage. Okay, Dragon Slave. And Kaiser will go down because they waited a bit too long with that Nightmare. That J4 is going to be battery assaulted to death. Maybe wants to kill DNZ with just auto attacks. Might be able to manage it. DNC is only on 10 HP. And Tranquil Boots available in 9 seconds. J4 can't get too close to him just out of fear. They know that he's there. They'll scan. And DNZ is going to be able to walk away. Not unscathed. In a coma pretty much. But he's going to be able to walk away.
DNZ is also snatching Bounty Rune. Oh. Kaiser. Will he catch up? Yep. that was a nice guess, yet with the Tranquil bots turned on, DNZ is doing completely fine. There's also a Shrine ready, and Boogie is doing Boogie is doing great. What is he going for? He's going for drums on Vengeful Spirit, and they will be ready to go. Full ham, push towers, and actually with Mana Summer from Vengeful Spirit, lifesteal seems very scary. He's going for Omelet. A little bit more sustain and damage for him. Kaiser, meanwhile, on his road to Bloodstone, yet he is quite far, but he is on top of net worth, so efforts of supports, and especially J4 from side Planet Dog, worked out quite nicely. Finally, another TP. Bane actually such a high level. He is already level 5. Well, both spots from side of Penta are really under-leveled, especially Ancient Operation, who couldn't join any lane.
Yeah.
DSZ is level 5, almost level 6 on Bane, and killing Blazeman will be a piece of cake while on top lane. Swift ending trade. Well, there is no threat. He can simply outrun Skitter, and in the worst case scenario, pop Blade Fury and TP out.
Yeah, I mean, and the guy from Juggernaut here is not too concerned with doing lane and trying to get kills here. In fact, the fact they force the rotations to support down to the bottom lane means Juggernaut can actually a bit. Can't really kill the lifesteal because of the FS, makes it really hard for the slash properly, and they're not really going for rotations this time. They know that their carry is going to be able to outfarm the enemy carry, so the whole point is use the Lina to get. So you see a little rotation down the bottom. That Rider Cog, can he survive this? Oh, he's going to be triggered by the cold feet. Then he played too aggressively, dies, but Milan comes in with a burst strike, and they take the kill onto the Vengeful Spirit, jabs the next objective, and they do see him. They should be able to kill him off. Ice Vortex, really annoying. Swiftending is running towards him. Jabs has been hit by the Caustic Finale, and then one final Dragon Slave to finish him off. Guys from Penta eSports are dying on 2x2. For a Bat Rider, not really worth it. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, nice trick array again. The combo with the good blade available. They even commit to it. Okay, fine, why not? It's not really a big deal. Not that long cooldown, and Queen of Pain will end up going down to the Lina 1.
What's also super important, Bane finally got his Fierce Grip, and now it's time to unlock Skeeter, who was having too much of a fun time on top lane.
It's time. It's easy with Finn.
He's hiding in the cats. Well,
are you doing catapult? Okay. Was in the catapult. I don't know what his plan is. It's kind of hard to stop the catapult, of course. Have the extra match. I'm just coming into this. They don't have a lasso, but they don't have a Phoenix Grip, so they know they can fight this. It's really weird watching them fight against a catapult, but he's gonna just be able to walk away. Fine.
Catapult is winning against the tri lane from side of a Planet Dog. Well, good play. Actually, smart idea to use the high magic resistance crypt to get away from side of a Skitter. Hookshot up on Clockwork, and Swift Ending won't be able to TP away. Yet he got level 80, he got Omni Slash ready. And Blazeman rotating to bottom. Maybe it's going to be a death of Juggernaut.
Yeah, they do scan it, so they know he's there. Swift Ending, they see him, has the Blade Fury away, trying to hit the NZ. Oh, actually I'm able to just... Nope! No TP for you as the swap stops him. That's the reason why they picked the Vengeful Spirit. That's the reason. Because they wanted to stop the Blade Fury TP. There's no other point as to picking this horrible hero, but the swap, it's fantastic.
Well, also there is Savior from combo, from Bane, to swap people out, but, well,
and the
losing Bench with and Bat Rider Lasso, yeah. Well, 2 points.
Obviously we're being sarcastic there. There's reasons, more reasons to pick a Bench. I mean, that's why. The Dragon Slave into DNZ. He's actually taking a lot of this damage thanks to the Infused Raindrops, but finally the damage from the Lina is going to be too much. Vengeful Spirit now stopped on the Fiend Script. They're not going to help her out. Sonic Wave, the objective was the Lina, and Boogie survives this, and the Bane can't finish her off for the Brain Stab. Instead, it's going to be Milan with a Burst Strike. Now the Lasso wastes onto the Queen of Pain just so they can stop the TP. Blazemon will be ending up, will end up going down, and the Planet Dog will only lose the Lina in that engagement together for 3 kills. I'd say that's worth it, even though the Lina is worth a lot. Killing the Queen of Pain is pretty good there. She did get a lot of reliable gold, meaning she didn't lose too much gold. And of course, the Lifestealer continues to farm during this time, whereas the Juggernaut has been relegated almost into a support role, being at the same level of farm as the Bat Rider. Not too great for Swift Ending. Has to recover, right?
He's also going for a fast Manta style. He expects an Okit from Queen of Pain. That's quite important to get Manta style as soon as possible, but having a control over BKB, it's actually really important. Yet drums are nowhere close for Boogie. He fell a little bit behind, even though he got decent last hits in the beginning of the game, and Kun was not that big of an issue for him. Bell of Discord up for Quop, and she's hoping to get her power threats, a little bit more sustain. Swift ending ready with Omni Slash, and actually 30 minutes in, and we haven't seen a single one.
Yeah, he hasn't really had a chance to use properly. Like DNZ, like Kaiser, there's no way they just didn't see this. He just walked through and was like, ah, guys, goodbye. Why would you just not punish the Clockwork there? They just saw him and was like, ah, it's okay. The Clockwork, let him live. Let's be peaceful today.
Well, maybe it's there's an evil lifestealer.
Yeah, it could have been a bait. Could have been a bait as well.
Yeah, and also Clockwork is going for Blade Mail, and things are going to. Oh, cool. Oh, poor buddy. That's an unfortunate game for him. 1-4. Maybe Radiant. Easy lane is cursed for whomever stepping in on it. And once again, Penta are actually doing quite well with their lanes, yet J4 did so much in the beginning of the game, and he's also going for drums. They will be able to outrun Lifestealer, also a bit of sustain, more mana regen, and I expect this Bane to win the game, to be honest. I don't rely on anyone, and I don't hope that much on anyone from side of a Planet Dog as much as I do rely on Ben. He will win the game. If anyone will win the game, it will be J4.
I mean, J4's Bane's been playing. I mean, going for the drums is a really good option here, because you're not going to be able to build the Blink Dagger too much. Probably too expensive for the Bane right now, and the chance of you building a 4-star, especially when you're relegated to position 5, is quite rare. The drums a bit cheaper, you're getting them a bit sooner, and the extra movement speed is great for a Bane that already starts with a nice base movement speed. With this, let's see if Penta wants to attack him. The objective would be first the Juggernaut, that's the hopes. But Lifestealer Bomb is in the Queen of Pain, so it's not like Hookshot Bomb, which I think is better. The Queen of Pain has actually to blink in offensively. Kills them. Yeah, in the end, they're just gonna back out. I want to fight this against state.
Well, their main target here may be either Lina or J4. Kaiser deals a lot of damage. He got his Laguna soon. It will be Laguna level 2. From the side of J4, there's a lot of control. But there's a swap. There's Skulks, there's Hookshot, and actually Cold Hit, aforementioned operation. And meanwhile, Kaiser died to Infest Bomb by Skidder and Blazemon. Kun. Hookshot right in there. Oh, here comes the epicenter. Blazemon is dead. It feels like DNZ is going down too. Double kill for Milan. Skidder trying to run away. Boogie fight on till the very end. Hey, here comes the gift for you, Skidder. Skidder accepts the gift and tipping away. Double damage on bottom rune. Well, that was some kind of a nice trade and amazing epicenter from Milan.
That was a really good play by the Sanking. Was not only a great burst strike, but also a good epicenter, utilizing the fact that, I mean, you just saw the batter use the lasso, so of course it's what the play there by the batter seemed logical within the realm of things. He tried to use lasso to try to get a kill before he died. Yeah, okay, that makes sense to Penta eSports. They were not expecting the Sanking whatsoever. Utilizing the Shrine, going in, this is the kind of plays that makes Virtus Pro, for example, stand out so much, is these kind of counter initiations to get kills. And you still lose the batter, which is unfortunate, but Lon does not die. He gets a lot of farm out of that, and he gets a double kill regardless. So, in the end, out of the bad outcome that could have been that team fight, they still lose a lot, but they managed to get the important kills. And with this, Kaiser finished his Bloodstone, ready to go for a 4-star apparently as the next hit him. And Kaiser's going to be able to deal a lot of damage with him. Getting those extra charges, he has the extra HP regen and whatnot, meaning that it's harder to kill. So Penta eSports will not have such an time just running at him and trying.
Here comes the group up. Skidder is ready with Infest. Infest Hookshot Bomb with Clockwork. Maybe, in my opinion, that's a huge disadvantage of that is that Lifesteal is being trapped for quite a while. Yet there is a Ice Blast. Ice Blast is being missed, or actually it hits. Hookshot. Well, Juggernaut is a dead man here, being trapped in the cogs. J4 slipping DNZ, Swift ending, dying to Cogs. He keeps on running. Boogie, stunning there. Well, bye-bye, good fella. He tries to hit someone's face, didn't really work out. Well, meanwhile, Lina with her 12 charges on Bloodstone, farming the enemy jungle. The most peaceful and calm place on the whole map for Radiant. Where is Queen of Pain going? She is going for EU Scepter. Well, quite good to survive, probably.
Oh no, what are you...
Kaisa? Oh, that was... He overextended, he tried to burst down placement and denied himself. Milan was already there, but unfortunately it results in a deny and a kill. They tried to make the same thing which happened before, but didn't really work out. Well, that's sad. That's sad for Lina when you just get your Bloodstone and immediately lose 4 charges and immediately lose the possibility to suicide yourself. Yet soon she will get 4 stuff, but she's playing quite greedy. Blazeman with Invisron, well on bottom. Oh, Swift ending, dying to another Ice Blast. Here comes the hook shot right in the Kaiser's face. Another kill. 5 Bloodstone charges. Poor fella, what is going on? Complete domination from Penta eSports there, taking the tier 2 on bottom. And their heroes are actually working out. I'm really surprised.
I mean, the guys from Penta are utilizing these teamfights much more. The Lifestealer, I was expecting him to be much more cancelled than the Juggernaut in the early game, but they have no carry. The Juggernaut can't do anything. That was a weird play, though. He should have obviously tried to take out the cold feet, or the cold feet, but he wasn't able to do it in time, or I guess didn't think of it, because then Penta got 2 kills, stopped the Lina's domination by putting their Bloodstone to 5 charges, so it's not as useful of an item anymore. The Queen of Pain herself is now able to finish off a Yule Scepter, meaning that the Nightmare plus Light Strike Array combo is not, well, actually that's still going to work, but the Light Strike Array is going to be harder to land on with. It's looking bad for Planet Dog right now because they're not playing coordinated. Those were a lot of mistakes going in 1 by 1. The team fights are not the good cohesive team fight. They're playing very chaotically, which is very beneficial to Penta eSports' low cooldown and high mobility spells. And more importantly, whenever they do team fight or they counter initiate, it seems like one person's always caught out of position before. So Kaisar has been caught out of position once here in the mid lane where there was nobody around except for the Sand King. He was also caught out here earlier when he was around this area. When he was just kind of really advanced and nobody else was around. So Setting similarly was also caught out here when there was nobody around. It seems like they need to play a bit more defensively, considering you're fighting against a possible bomb from both the Queen of Pain and the Clockwork. It's a lot of easy damage for you.
What is really important, finally, they placed a bit of wards in the jungle. Finally, they can see some rotations from the side of Penta, and Penta were having quite aggressive wards in the beginning. Finally, you Scepter up on Queen of Pain. Boogie got Hood of Defiance and Drum of Endurance. He's actually going for Aura Bench. Well, Pipe is super important when you're playing against Lina or Sand King. And Blazeman is ready to go in.
Setting us like an Army Slash, so that's level 2 Army Slash. If anything, he's ready to attack, but go. Sand King just prioritize himself away, he's gonna be fine. Fiend's Grip, there he goes. Cogs onto 2 people, the Sonic Wave as well, the Ice Blast will hit, but now Penta eSports in a difficult position. No, they actually already took down 3, so the Cogs worked wonders for them, as 33 is gonna go down to the Urn themselves. One last hit by Jabs, the Urn is not gonna finish him off, he's gonna be able to TP in time. Instead, they're gonna go in the top lane and try to finish off Milan. The Yos have to stop his TP, and Milan, you're not going anywhere, my friend, except for back to your base in the form of a corpse. With that, oh, they even used the Infest not to die to the Sandstorm. That's okay. Skitter wants, I think, probably extra damage on the Infest. Milan is actually surviving here, but they cancel his TP, so he has nowhere to go. Blazemon realizes that these offensive blinks might end up costing his life, and Jabs has no mana to actually give him vision. Milan might be able to get this kill. No, Magic Missile finds her out, and they're dead. In the end, the Lina survives that team fight, I believe, yeah, but everyone else does not. Not too good.
That was actually an amazing cogs from DNZ, just spotting out the graveyard for Planet Dog, Ice Blast, Sonic Wave, and even though Milan tried to do something, didn't result in anything. DNZ is pushing out Lina, Ice Blast right in the face, hook shot. Well, that's a dead Lina, I believe.
Yeah,
Swift ending comes for a revenge. Oh, he's not even committing for DNZ. He realized that he can't do much, and J4 dying in the crossfire. Boogie found him, and eliminated him. Swift Ending can't do anything. He's rolling with 0 kills. Not a single Omni Slash committed so far.
Yeah, we haven't seen a single Omni. I mean, I think, no, not even that team fight. We're not seeing anything. They're just destroying him. And Penta eSports are starting to really lean in terms of net worth. And the Eventual Spirit, I don't like to pick too much nowadays because the better picks that can actually have more farming potential. But if you're winning and getting this much farm, Eventual Spirit is great. Gives you an insane amount of offensive potential, which is very well utilized together with a Lifestealer who deals only physical damage. I mean, Skitter was even allowed to go for the Echo Saber early on instead of having to go for something like a Heaven's Halberd or something Juggernaut, meaning that they can go full offensive lineup and there's nothing that ProDota can do to stop all their damage and all their initiation. For now, really well played by Penta eSports as they continue their domination. DNZ, careful. He's been found out, maybe not. The Lifestealer already using the Rage early on. They force it on the Lina, forcing a deny in mid lane, and they want to get a kill with a hook shot. But no vision to be able to get this. Instead, they'll go for the shot.
Kaiser also denied himself. So, is there any chance to contest? There is an epicenter up on sinking. Crewman, they get it yet. Yeah, here comes the Aegis for Queen of Pain, and time to fly away. Boon, popping Firefly, will Blazeman try to chase him. It feels like they're going to be safe. Meanwhile, they found Swift Ending once more, or actually Swift Ending found DNZ, and not managing to survive this, but it's going to be a death of him. Well, at least 1 kill for Juggernaut. Meanwhile, Blazeman is losing his Aegis. J4 committed Fiend's Grip. That's going to be a death of him. Too many people. Yet he's buying a little bit of time. Milan running away, he's still got his epicenter up. Actually, Blazeman is hungry for blood. Oh, haste rune for Milan. Blink is up. Yules. Oh, no more haste for you, thinking that he's letting him go. His team is not that fast, and Kun actually cuts the creep wave.
I mean, that was okay kill on the Queen of Pain, but you only took an Aegis in the end. They committed up way too much. With this 33 is able to cut the creep wave and also leave. Jabs can't stop it because even though it has a Yule set, you're a really slow ancient. So, you can't do much there. And they couldn't even commit the epicenter there from Milan. He was hiding in the trees, hoping for a great. But when you only see Eventual Spirit, then you think, very bad idea. Skitter is going to get close to his Desolator, and next team fight, the guys from Penta eSports will have more damage and easier time. Oh, again, the Lina found that difficult position. She actually can force herself away, saving herself from the clockwork, but they still want to go into J4. The Ice Blast comes a bit late. J4 should die, though. Has to kill him off in just 2 hits. 33 is the next objective. Epicenter from Milan from behind. There it is, the Burst Strike, but only catching out the clockwork. They're able to get the support, and for now, it's a support for support. The Queen of Pain realizing this is not the place to be. It's going back to her own base. There's a TP, but the lasso could catch her anytime. The Force also available on the Bad Rider. Another blink from the Queen of Pain, and in the end, will able to blink herself to safety.
Well, trading DNZ for J4. Maybe that was
It's a fair trade. I don't think it's much advantage to anyone. They're both worth nothing.
Well, finally, Juggernaut on minute. Well, by minute 30, he should get his Mantis Tail, and oh my, he's actually less farmed than the Kun. That's a real big issue for Planet Dog. Like, of course, they got Lina, who is quite farmed. She got 4 stuff, she can manage to defend herself, but oh my god, like, look at Lifestealer. He's going for Assault Kiraz, brings himself, what is it? It's a Desolator. Well, couple of hits and everyone will melt. So much damage from Cyber Lifestealer. They don't need Halberd. They're not afraid of this Juggernaut. It's not more than a creep for them right now. The main issue for them is like Kaiser and Sanking, probably, who deal quite a lot of damage. Probably also Bane, but it's so easy to kill him, and probably DNZ will prove. Oh, no. Kaiser, Ice Blast. No, 4 stuff won't help you, buddy.
4 step
Skitter
back into the cogs.
Yep.
They actually pushed her out and she forced herself into the cogs. That's good.
Well, there is no swap anymore, and it's time to chill down and take tier 2. I mean, there was no way of escaping for Kaiser anyway. He rolls with 2 Bloodstone charges. They got some vision around, but simply not enough. This is just a death trap with Clockwork and then the Ice Blast in the face, and not much you can do. Oh. Actually, there isn't 20 hookshot, and there are all chances for Swift Ending to end up dying.
Yeah. I mean, the issue here is that with Planet Dog, you can't escape, like you said. They came with a smoke. I mean, what are you supposed to do? You can't really swap. Oh, get there in time. Swap, come on! Oh, they did not have it in time. It was on cooldown, actually. They couldn't reach the Juggernaut. I don't think they had vision. Anyway, with that, Penta eSports can get Swift Ending. But this has happened in last match too. Or Swift Ending is just relegated into almost a support at this point because he can't farm quickly enough. I wouldn't say that it's really Swift Ending's fault as much as the whole team coordination, where Swift Ending is not given enough farm priority or enough space, whereas he can just farm freely any team and any camp and not. Same with last game with Lifestealer. If his laning phase doesn't go too well, they don't give him any recovery time and they kind of force him to go on team fights, or maybe then he just chooses to go on these team fights and he gets nothing out of them. People have to realize that if you in early game, pre-minute 20, if you go on 4-man ganks or 5-man ganks and you just get assist gold on the Juggernaut, it's not worth the time that you're investing, especially if you're trying to recover on him. And this time he's not even able to get a Midas to recover, so he has to rely on Blade Fury to deal extra damage and to farm creeps. And this is why we haven't seen a single Omni Slash this game, or a single good Omni Slash this game. It actually seemed to matter.
What's actually very important to point out, as we already mentioned in the picking stage, both teams are highly relying on their mid lanes, so that was very clear when they picked up Lina and Quop as the first picks, and their Planet Dog are actually playing on Kaiser. They did everything so he will manage to win his lane, but as in the previous game, Carry is being shut down so hard that he got no comeback mechanism. Like, both Lifestealer and Juggernaut are not this kind of heroes who can be like, oh, I will get a couple stacks in the jungle and then I will farm a bit, I will come back into the game. Even with Midas, it's not that possible, but maybe the smoke on from side of Planet Dog will make a difference. They heavily rely on fighting, and Juggernaut is simply not that kind of a hero who survives through the heavy pressure in the beginning. The lane was obviously not beneficial for him. That in the beginning things were great when Milan was still defending him, but when he was left alone against Skitter, it just turned into a disaster.
Yeah, that's the issue. Skitter actually recovered insanely in the lane, even though he shouldn't have as much as Lifestealer versus Juggernaut. But he just controlled the lane very well himself, had a good control of lane equilibrium especially, and was helped a lot by his supports if they needed. So the rotations were much better for Penta eSports mid-game. And now, we'll see, Boogie is the objective for the Bad Rider. They should see something there. Get the sticky napalm vision, not the lasso in time. Meanwhile, the clock for the hook shot comes in, hits the creeps. Out of all the heroes there, he hits the only creeps alive there. Good job, Clockwork.
Meanwhile, there was a 3-man blast and they found Raccoon. Raccoon is dead. Blazemon keep on chasing. They found J4. No escape for poor Bane, and they're ready to burst him down. Orchid, silence. Even no possibility for him to complain about his sad life. That's, even though the hookshot was missed, it doesn't really matter anymore for Planet Dog. They need to come up with something out of this world. Some amazing, I don't know, 5-man epicenter, but there is a pipe on Boogie, and they don't really care. Lifestealer with Rage, I don't know. We're waiting for a miracle.
See if they can take down the melee racks in the mid lane, and I mean Penta eSports. They have a good domination in this game. 11k net worth lead now for them. They've been able to take the racks, now the Shrine, and then probably the only thing they have to wait for is the Roshan, Ages of Cheese, and that's going to be winning the game, unless there's some sort of turnaround by Planet Dog. Because, of course, Planet Dog can still turn this around by a good team fight, but the Juggernaut has been cancelled so heavily this game that you pretty much have a no-namer as your carry, and you need that physical damage at this point. Even if you get a great epicenter, the epicenter is not that relevant because the bench actually has a pipe. So they prevent your whole damage. In fact, the fact that Boogie went for such crazy off-lane items, like utility items on the Vengeful Spirit, really worked out for them. This Vengeful Spirit is only effective because Boogie played her so.
Yeah, if he got for some kind of a Dragonlance or other kind of items, I believe
he went for it now, but it was. Yeah, exactly. Like he went for it now, but it's the right time to do so. It's a really clever itemization here. With drums as well. I don't know. Very good, well played by Boogie. I gotta give it to him. I did not believe in his vengeance. Prove me wrong.
Some kind of a miraculous plan from side of Planet Dog. Oh, they don't have that much of an items. They got 2 Blink Daggers on Sanking and on Batrider. Lina is going for BKB, only the recipe left. Oof, I'm not sure if BKB will even help this poor Lina. Kaisi is just dying in Cogs and the Ice Blast, and while he's being stunned.
That the availability of the Ice Blast here for the Mission makes so they can go for a smoke gank easily. They even include him. They forgot to include Blazemon though. he feels left out. Maybe this is all planned, you know, this is the bait. But of course they don't actually need him for Roshan, so they just plan to go Roshan, and this is not a bad idea. Yeah, there it is. Roshan, easy Roshan by the way, because they have a lot of minus armor, especially with the clock, solo crest, or medallion of courage. And once they take this, they're gonna go for the team fight and rush down mid. What's the objective? What did Planet Dog do if you wanna get back to this game?
Well, they obviously... I'm not sure if they can take a fight 5-on-5, for example. Also, they can cut the creep waves, though, with Vätte. It may be quite efficient. The top lane, for example, is quite pushed in. They also took care of the bottom one, and Juggernaut Solution are already attacking. And the only way for Penta to go for the high ground is with this creeps on mid.
Yeah, the creeps in mid, but the creeps in mid are always super creeps, so they're gonna be able to, you know, beat the normal creeps themselves. You don't actually have to push them at all. The smoke is available for the guys at Planet Dog. This might be the last team fight for them, as the Aegis are available on the Lifestealer is gonna make sure that you can actually push this quite hard. Already lost the Aegis though. That's not too great. Penta eSports, you want to do it more than that with the Aegis. Oh, hookshot! Cogs on the 2, Ice Blast, and they're not going to hit anyone with the Ice Blast. Great hookshot, but the 4-step saved them. Milan is actually saved from the attack from the Vengeful Spirit. Then the Fiend's Grip catches out the poor Lifestealer, and the Sonic Wave barely deals any damage. Laguna's Blade does not finish him off though. The Infested survive. The Epicenter hits a couple, but doesn't finish off Boogie. They want to kill 3-3, but the Shrine's been used effectively, and with all those 4-steps, Penta eSports manages to get back to safety. Blazemon still wants to fight this, but of course, without your damage, without your claw as well, that hookshot wasted, you don't really want to let this happen. Lifestealer goes back in, okay. There's the Bane, double hit, and he heals back up completely. The game, the cheese. So Lifestealer is ready to fight again. The objective is the Lina now with a magic missile. Oh no, Lina is gonna be decimated. Burst Strike saves her. Milan last second, Lifestealer array. He raged. No, he's not able to do so. He's the cheese, and Skitter is seeing the Lina die. Goes for the Batrider, and now finally Swift ending. The only objective left here. The swap not available. The good game well played will be called out as the swap comes out. Swift ending. We'll have a Swift ending this game, and Penta eSports will be taking game number 3 of this best of 3, ensuring that Planet Dog won't ever be playing again in the ProDota Cup EU version, at least this season, as Penta eSports get the chance to go to the grand final for them for this great performance they did this game number 3, and of course game number 2. They come back from a game number 1 loss and will be able to fight against Danish Bears in that grand final a couple days from now. What can you tell me about this game? What happened? What happened to Planet Dog?
Well, I believe that was the same kind of a mistake when they completely left their carry behind, and neither Lifesteal or Juggernaut, that kind of heroes who can easily come back into the game with some stacks or some free kills. Almost no Omnislashes were committed, and Juggernaut didn't fall out with his team. They actually didn't 5-man even that much. They were constantly getting picked off with Hookshot and Ice Blast, and Blazemon finishing off them with the Sonic Wave. Well, I don't know. When you're leaving your carry so much behind that you're playing with 3 position 4 heroes, game is hard.
Yeah, I mean, that was the issue. Planet Dog, like you said, the issues they had was lack of rotations in the early game, lack of securing farm to their carry, either be it because Swift Ending did not farm and fought too much, or because the Planet Dog itself were not able to secure farm for them. I don't know. It really depends on team communication and who made those decisions, but definitely not the best decisions against Penta eSports, who took advantage of this and ran them over completely. Both teams played well, but Penta eSports definitely deserves their victory. And with that, guys, we will be off for today, at least for a couple hours. We'll be back in at 11 CEST, so in 4 hours, or actually now it's 3 and 30 minutes, with the game between Elite Wolves and Wheel Wreck While Whistling for the grand finals of the lower bracket, or sorry, the finals for the lower brackets of this PD Cup tournament, instead for the AM region. Hope you've enjoyed the cast. My name's been DSwordfish, and I've been here with Vätte. If you did enjoy the cast, feel free to follow us on Twitter at VatteDota and at DSwordfish. And if you didn't enjoy the cast, then I'm sorry. I wish we would have been better. We'll see you guys soon with the next game of the day between Elite Wolves and Wheel Wreck While Whistling. And enjoy some dark stream, offline stream while we wait. See you guys then. Bye.
GG, good job. Time to eat, and yeah, this kind of things.
I'm gonna go sleep.
Do I need to wake you up? Just in case.
I mean, how are you gonna wake me up? What is your plan?
I can spam in Discord, for example,
actually,
or try to wake you.
Do you have WhatsApp?
Yep.
I'll give you my number and add me. do fall asleep, call me.
All right, I will do.
Just
Okay.
add me.
Ooh, I feel so good now.
You have my number. Yeah, so that's the first thing is the prefix. So I don't know if it's 00 plus or plus, depends on your country. But it's +3400.
And actually, I will take like 1 minute of your time, but I just wanted to say that it feels like we're communicating much better now.
Oh yeah, our cast is much better. I mean, I'm not doing too. Our cast is better. We have chemistry.
Yay! Have a good night, and I will try to wake you up.
Oh, also one thing before you go, just a little tip that I've noticed, maybe because of your accent. When you say the sh, the sh sound, it's too close to.
Ch. Or
you make it too close. To your teeth, they put tongue too close to your teeth, and it sounds like like a whistle, like that. So be careful when you do that. Try practicing putting the tongue like much more further back in the mouth.
Okay.
Just a little tip there. It's not a really big deal. And if you don't have a good mic, like you have to do these things, make up for. That's it. I'll see you. I'll see you tonight. Call me if I don't wake up. If they do ask me to host, then I'll probably be up 30 minutes before.
Okay. Have a good night, and thank you a lot. Bye bye.